Okay, let's say we got a question. A car traveling at initial velocity 25. So we know u equals to 25 meters per second. That's the initial velocity. It breaks down, so it has to come to stop with an acceleration or deceleration of 1.2 meters per second square. How long it takes for the car to come to rest? So t is the missing, but we have the v. Do we know the value for the v? Because it came to rest. So which means the v has to be 0 meters per second. And what we're trying to find out? We are trying to find out the t. T is the missing bit. Now I look at the equation that is more suitable. If you have a look at the first equation was v equals to u, u plus at. That was my first equation. So once we got that one, we figure out what's given. The v is given, the u is given, the a is given. Only thing that is missing is the t. So I can put the values and start working towards it. What is the v? V is 0. What's u? U is 25 plus. Okay, now the trick bit here. Because it's a deceleration, deceleration means something slowing down. Negative acceleration is not deceleration. So you need to write down minus 1.2 here. So instead of a, you put minus 1.2 meters per second square. And the missing bit is the t, which I don't know. This 25 is positive on this side. I pick it up, put on the other side, it's going to be negative. So that will become a 0 minus 25 equals, so there should be negative here, negative 1.2 times by t. Yeah. That will give me minus 25 equals negative 1.2 times by t. I want t. I don't want a negative 1.2 t. So I will divide everything. I will take this 1.2 minus 1.2 on the other side and divide it. So minus 25 divided by minus 1.2, and if you put that in calculator, that will give you a time 20.8 seconds. Because I'm dividing, so when I divide, I bring that one together. So they're both negative, negative. Two negative will make a positive. You can only make it positive if you are adding or subtracting on this side. We were not. Yeah. Let's say we call this question now. An object move in a straight line with a uniform acceleration. So acceleration is uniform. It starts from rest. When you say start from rest, what does that mean? That means u is 0. And then they say it takes 12 seconds to cover 100 meters. So which mean 12 seconds. So the time is 12 seconds. And distance, which is s, is 100 meters. That's the distance. What is its acceleration? To find what things we need to find. We need to find the acceleration. The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So we need to use an equation that has these three variables and the a is missing. So let's look at this one. V equals to u plus at. Well, it has acceleration, it has initial, but it doesn't give me final velocity. I cannot use this equation. So S equals to ut plus half at square. I have the u. Yes, I have the u. I have the t, which is 12, and I am missing the a, which is fine, and the s is the thing that is also given. So in this one, the s is given, the u is given, the t is given, this t is also given, only the a is a missing bit. So this is a true equation to use. So I will rewrite this equation and plug in the values. So s equals to ut plus half at square. That's your equation. We are trying to find out this a. This a is the thing that we're trying to find out. So what we do, put in the values. What's the s? S is 100. What's the u? U is 0. What's the t? T is 12. Yeah. Plus half is a half. What's the a? I don't know. What's the t? 12. But remember, there's a square. Now simplify. 0 times 12 is a 0, plus that will be a half. That will be a times by a. Square of 12 is 144. And this side 100 will be on its own. After you do that one, you go 100 on this side, the 0 disappear, you go half times by a times by 144. Now I put this times, doesn't matter if there was no times and I put times, they are timesings anyway. Now this 2 is dividing, bring on that side, yeah, so that will be 100 times by 2. This, and that will be a times 144. Now this 144 is timesing with the a. So on the other side, I will divide by 144. And that will give you the acceleration value. So we got the acceleration 1.38. The dot on the 8 mean is recurring. That's one part of the question. Now we got the acceleration. And the acceleration is not changing. It says uniform acceleration. It takes 12 seconds to cover first 100. How long it's going to take? Another 100. Yeah, to cover the next 100 meters. So to do that one, what I'm going to do is, I don't have the final velocity, can't use this equation. This is the equation I can use, but it's going to be a little bit tricky. Now the total distance is 100 plus 100. So total distance covered is now 200. Now the total distance becomes 100 plus another 100. So altogether it will be 200 meters. To do that one, use that one. Time is the missing one. So you do 200 equals to, what's the u? U is still 0. 0 times time. Well, actually, it's simple and easy. Multiply by 1.388. When you do that in calculator, make sure you put loads of a's so you get accurate answer. Multiply by, I don't know the t square. 200 is 200. That's 0 times t is a 0. What is half times 1.388? That will give me this answer. So 1.3 divided by 2 That's 0.6944 recurring 4. So I got 200 equals 0.694 times by t square. Divide that by 0.694 on the other side. It's multiplying. Recurring 4 equals t square. It's a t square, but I don't want t square, I want t. So I will square root that thing. 200 over 0.694 recurring, and that will give me the answer for the value of the t in seconds. The exact value of the answer is 16.97 seconds. Yeah. So if you have a look, the first 100 meters, it covers in 10 seconds. 10 seconds or 12 seconds? 12 seconds. The next 100 minutes, it covers in 4.9 seconds, 97 seconds. So the first 100 meters, that's 100 meters, it takes 12 seconds. The second 100 meters, it covers in 4.97 seconds. So the total distance 200, the total time is 16.97. Okay, now the next part of the question, we got the what will be the velocity after 200? So initial velocity is still 0. Time is for 200 meters, 16.97. Total distance 200. Acceleration is uniform 1.38. So we need to find out final velocity, which is that one. I can use this equation because I got the acceleration and I got the time. Yeah, and that's 0. And that will give me the final velocity. I can use this equation as well. V square equals to u square plus 2as. I can use that one as well. So whichever you want to do. Let's try the first equation, because this looks simpler. And let's try that one. So I need to find the v. So v is u plus at. And I know the u is 0. A is 1.38. And what's the value of the t? 16.97. If you do 1.38 times 16.97, that's give you 23.5. 56, 26, well, yeah, 57, yeah. So that will be velocity in meters per second. And that's your final velocity. You can use the other equation as well. It will give you the same answer. So you can use this or you can use first. I use the first one, much easier and simpler.